let us now look at a coding example which will show us how intents work. We will be seeing that how clicking on the launch button on the splash screen takes us to a new activity called home activity. This home activity does the job of creating the user interface for the home screen. The home screen would look like this. It has a list of options for managing the screen, for managing friends, and managing get-togethers, managing places. So managing friends will allow you to add, update, delete or view your friend list. The other two options, that is manage get-togethers, manage places, provide similar services for get-togethers and friends. Now we have another option, as you see here, which is called search places, which allows you to search for a specific place on Google. When we click this option, it goes to a search places screen. This is what it would look like. It would allow you to enter a keyword and gives you Google search results based on that keyword. For example, if you search for pizza Mumbai, it will give you Google search results for all places which provide pizza in Mumbai. Now we will actually see the coding for this particular example. We will use the get together activity lifecycle class as the base. We will just copy this project and create a new project called get together intent. Now what we need to do, the starting point is that when we click the launch button, the home activity has to start. So let us define an on click event in the activity underscore main.xml. Now this is activity underscore main.xml, which renders this particular screen which we had seen earlier. This screen. So all that we see in this screen is that there is a get together app, there is a particular list, the title for the get together app, there could be a description here, there is an image and there is a launch button. So this activity underscore main.xml is the one which creates that screen. So as you see, this is the app title, this is the description if we want to put a description, this is the image, the center image, and this is the button. Now this is the button called launch, for which there is an on click event, on response to which we call an on click method. So we will look for the on click method in the main activity.java. Main activity.java does nothing but, which is the launching activity, so it uses the activity underscore main.xml which we just saw. There are other general methods, lifecycle methods, and what we see here is the on click method which is called when the launch button is clicked. Now this on click method, it is actually instigating an intent called home activity. So let us look at the home activity.java. Now for the home activity, which is this particular screen, if you see, it has the basic title, it has a list which has all the options that we had discussed earlier. Now for this home activity, we have activity underscore home.xml. Now activity underscore home.xml has nothing but the list of options which we need, which will be filled up by us in the program in home activity. So all that home activity does is it creates a list of those options and it loads the activity underscore home which we just saw, and using the regular methods, using adapter methods and everything, we just load the home activity. Now comes the option where if we click search places, we want to be able to search whatever keywords we provide, basically using Google search. Now we implement the on item click method. Now this particular on item click method, if you see, it is calling an intent called as the search places activity. The search places activity, if you see, on create, it points to an XML file called activity underscore search underscore places, which is this, the screen for which is this. So all that it has is the title again. It has kind of a header for showing the keyword, a text box for actually entering the keyword, and there is a search panel, a search button. So this was the The similar things, if you see over here, we have the keyword header. Of course, the title would be there over here, and this is the actual text box where we will input the keyword, and this is the button which has again an on click method which will be called when the search button will be clicked. Now we will implement the on click event. For the on click event, we will implement the on click method in search place activity. If you see on click, it instigates an intent which is called as action underscore web underscore search. This is an implicit intent which is defined in Android, which implicitly performs the Google search and gives you the result. This intent is built into Android. It is ready for you to use without the need to implement an activity for this. So there is no particular functionality which we will be implementing for web search. This particular intent which is inbuilt is going to take care of things for us. To make this happen, we have to declare a permission in the Android manifest for internet access. So let us have a look at the Android manifest for this particular project. Now if you see here, other things are the general activities etc. which are defined over here, and for initially we will be defining a permission for internet access because we are using the implicit intent called action underscore web underscore search, which is going to use the internet for doing the actual execution. So now let us just execute the this particular project and let us see it in action so that we can relate to it on a one-to-one basis. We have the Android emulator open over here. Okay. Now this is the, since we had already executed the activity, it was there, it was brought to the front, but if you launch the activity afresh, then this is what you see. You see the header, you see the image, and you see the launch button. You click the launch button and the home activity is called. The home activity was loading the list of options, and if there is an option called search places, this had an on click which was calling the search places activity. Now search places activity does nothing but loads up this screen which has the keyword header, the text box where we will enter the search keyword, and we will hit the search button. So if we enter the keyword, we hit the search button, the intent, the implicit intent called action underscore web underscore search is fired, for which we had also given the permissions in the Android manifest.xml, and what it results in finally is, without us having to do anything, a Google search for the keyword that we had searched for. So this is a good coding example for the intents topic, and we will see other details about events in the further tutorials, but this is basically to give you an idea how implicit intents work and the code for that.